Hi friends, welcome to OFA Studies YouTube channel. This is part 8 in GitHub Copilot CLI playlist. In this video, we will be discussing about MCP server. Basically, what is MCP server, how to configure it, all those things we will be discussing about. If you haven't watched my previous videos in this playlist, I will strongly encourage you to watch them so that you will get most out of this video. If you look at agenda, so we are going to discuss about what are MCP servers and why we need them, and we can get started with GitHub MCP server. Basically, it's an inbuilt server. We will see practically, and how to configure MCP servers for GitHub Copilot CLI, and also a hands-on demo using built-in MCP server, which is GitHub MCP server. So if I go to the next slide, that's where basically I want to explain about what are MCP servers, maybe with some real-time example. MCP servers basically helps Copilot to connect with external services. So what that mean? So when I say Copilot connect with external services, what that mean, right? To understand that, so imagine this, right? So we will be having browsers, right? Ideally, we will have browsers. Browsers are good enough to show the web pages, right? But still, on top of the browsers, we will be using certain extensions always, right? Like Grammarly extension, GitHub extension, password manager, JSON viewer. These extensions basically enhance the power of that browser, right? Basically, browser will become more powerful. The extension will give the extra capability. So you can imagine that way. Copilot is good enough to respond something, but if you want the Copilot to go and connect with some service and then try to do something in that service as well, then you need to use MCP servers. So for example, let's assume you have a code written in some Python file, and that file is in the local. Then you can give this file to your Copilot and ask, can you read this code and explain me? It will explain you well. What if the same code is there in the GitHub repo? In that case, Copilot by itself cannot go into the GitHub repo and try to read the file and give the insights to you, right? That will not happen. Copilot cannot go into some other service, right? But if we have GitHub MCP server configured to the Copilot, then via that service, via that MCP server, the Copilot can go into that service and do the task what you wanted to do. It may be even DevOps. In Azure DevOps, if you configure Azure DevOps MCP server to your Copilot, then it will basically go inside the Azure DevOps and perform the task for you. Maybe creation of a work item, maybe going through the whole repo and explaining you. It can be anything, right? So whenever you want to take this power of Copilot or the AI and connect this power with some service and make some tasks to be executed on that service, then you have to find a MCP server for that purpose and use configure that MCP server. So that's how the things are work. And how the MCP servers basically do that is, MCP servers within themselves, they will have something called tools. Using that, MCP servers enable AI to perform the task. If you want to know more about MCP, how to create MCP, etc., there is a playlist in my YouTube channel called Develop AI Agents. So go into that playlist. There is one video about MCP. You can watch them. But this video scope is more about how to configure the MCP for GitHub Copilot. So now, when you configure GitHub Copilot, let's assume you configured MCP servers to the GitHub Copilot CLI. Then if you use this command /mcp show, then that will help you to list down what MCP servers are configured. And if you closely take a look at this image, this is how the MCP servers will appear to you. So for example, in this case, all these MCP servers are configured by GitHub Copilot CLI, right? All these MCP servers are configured. There is a GitHub MCP servers as well, that might be inbuilt MCP server which came, right? We will see this even in my terminal as well. So the GitHub MCP server basically by default configured for the GitHub Copilot CLI. What that mean? That means in the terminal, in the Copilot CLI, if you type something, go to repo, see the Python file there and read that file, explain me what is there, then it will do that. It will go into the GitHub and find that repo, go into the file, read the file and come back with the explanation for you. So that capability will come because of this GitHub MCP server, which comes by default, right? Any other MCP servers, basically you have to configure. How to configure MCPs we will see in a bit, but GitHub MCP server is something by default, so it will come by default. I will show you that. Okay, now how to configure these MCP servers, right? How it will look like, right? Basically the MCP servers are nothing but like a JSON files. So those are simple JSON files, and these JSON files will have certain configuration that will tell to the GitHub Copilot CLI that this MCP server is configured. Now if user prompts to the AI or the Copilot, then Copilot automatically sends there is a MCP server for it, and it will go to that service and execute the task for you. So these MCP servers, basically this JSON file, you can host at various levels. If you want this MCP configuration for the Copilot to be available in the local completely for every session, every project, then at a user level you have to configure. For that, go to the Copilot installation path, .copilot folder will be there. Then you create a file mcp-config.json, and inside that you will put the configuration. I will show you how the configuration will look like in another few seconds. So once you configure MCP at this level, then across the projects in your system, that MCP server will be available for the Copilot. But let's assume no, I have a folder called maybe demo Python, and that is my project folder in my local. Only for that project I want the MCPs to be configured. Then you need to create, there are two ways then. One, maybe at the project root folder level, create .mcp.json file and write the JSON configuration there. That is one way. Or inside the project folder, there will be .github folder. Inside that, create mcp.json file. Then that's it. So it will also have a MCP configured for you. Okay. Now how the mcp.json file configuration will look like, right? So if you see this, this is how the MCP configuration will basically look like. Okay. So you will be having a JSON, and this MCP servers key is basically like a container inside which you can add multiple MCP servers. So right now here one MCP server from here to here. So in the server name you can give any name, any name there. So instead of server name, maybe I can type maybe DevOps when I am configuring DevOps MCP server, or maybe Microsoft Learn documentation. So Learn documentation I can give there as a name. So that is basically the Microsoft documentation MCP. Or Azure also has a MCP. So maybe I will give the name as a Azure there. So anything you can give the name there. Then type local command npx, because most of the MCP servers are actually npm packages. So we need to they will run via npx basically. Then the package name itself you will be using there, and the tools basically you will be putting star. That means all the tools. Now what is tools means? Imagine MCP server is a toolbox. Inside that box you have a lot of tools, maybe hammer, screwdriver, etc, etc. So all the tools I wanted to use from that MCP server, so that with the respective service I can perform any task, right? So tools are that. So MCP servers will contain tools inside of it. So again, as I said, go to the develop Azure AI agents playlist. You will get the more details from there, because there is a dedicated video there for the MCP. So basically the mcp.json file will have configuration this way. So you will be finding the package name. For example, you want to interact with Azure. So you will be finding the Azure MCP server package name, and you will be using it there, right? So this is how it will look like. And below, if you see this configuration, right, maybe you guys can try this configuration by your own. So here we are trying to configure file system MCP server. So this file system MCP server basically help you to navigate, read, write, search on the local file system basically. So that package we configured. So the server name we gave as a file system, type local command npx, all the tools, right? So this is this JSON you have to copy paste into your mcp.json files. Okay, so once you do that, then you are good. That MCP server is configured for you. From that time, if you prompt anything, then Copilot will automatically sense maybe for this task I have to use the MCP, then it will use it and connect to the respective service and execute the task. So remember that. So at a project level, .github/mcp.json file. So that's where we have to write it. So let's try to see this with a hands-on kind of a thing. So what I will be doing it is, let me open a folder. So in my local, in the C drive, I have a demo Python, and if you see here, there is a .git. So this is basically the, assume that this is my project location. So this is basically my project location, assume that way, right? And then here I already have .github folder. So inside that, so in the last class we have created these skills. So now if you want to configure the MCP, then you have to basically create mcp.json file there. So you can right click there, add new text file, and I can name it mcp.json and hit enter to rename the file, and double click to open that file, and here I can copy paste the MCP server configuration. So I have already copied some MCP server configurations. So if you see here, I am basically configuring, one is file system, that will basically help you to navigate the local files, search everything, read. And there is something called context 7 MCP. This is basically about this MCP server makes sure to have the latest information about all the developer packages, especially fast API, etc. Right? So if you use this MCP server and when you prompt, for example, maybe develop some code using fast API, then the most relevant information will be fetched for that particular library via this context X MCP, context 7 MCP server. So I will be not going detailedly about them, but makes sense that I am configuring two MCP servers here. So from here to here, one MCP server, from here to here, another MCP server, right? So once I have configured these, and let me save these changes. Now that mcp.json file has that, right? So if I go to the terminal now, so now let me start the Copilot, and when I start the Copilot, I will execute the /mcp show command to literally see what MCP servers configured there. Great, my session started. Now I am using a command MCP show. So this command basically helps to see the MCP servers configured. So when I hit enter, and if you see this, right, if you see the output, yeah. So if you see this output, right, you can see their file system, context 7, both are there. And as I said, GitHub MCP server is something, it will come by default. So now I can click escape to come back to the terminal, basically the interactive mode. So this is how we can configure MCP servers. Now if I ask about fast API, the context 7 MCP server will get used to fetch the latest information about that library and all, right? But basically let's try to use a hands-on of GitHub inbuilt MCP server. So if I go back to my presentation, right? So let me go back to my presentation. So the task is, let's use the GitHub Copilot MCP server and try below. Let's try to get the files in the repo, and also let's try to get the content of a file and see whether we can get an explanation of the code or not, right? Let's try to do that. If you see my GitHub account, I have a demo repo inside which there is a main branch and there are two files. One is readme.md, another one is helloworld.py. If I open helloworld.py, I have a simple print statement there inside the helloworld.py file. So what I am going to do now, I will ask my GitHub Copilot CLI from the local, from the terminal, to go into the GitHub, go into the demo repo and also the main branch, and tell me what files are there. Then I will ask what is the code written in the helloworld.py file. So let's try to prompt that and see that will happen or not. Can you go to GitHub repo of mine called demo repo, and in main branch see what files are there and give me file names. So if I prompt this, technically now the AI system has to go into the GitHub and try to find that repo and do the everything, right? So that's where exactly it will try to use the inbuilt GitHub MCP server and do that job. If you closely observe here, it says that it is using GitHub MCP server, right? So it is leveraging the inbuilt GitHub MCP server. So if you closely observe, now we got the output. It says that hello world.py, readme.md, both the files were there. Now I will ask if it can read the content inside the Python file and tell me what is the code written there. Can you explain the code inside hello world.py file from above list? Let's see what will happen now. Again, it is using GitHub MCP server. Now it tells that this MCP server has this code print hello world, and it is giving the explanation also that it simply print the text hello world to the console, etc. So how all this magic is happening? Because of the MCP server. So let's assume I have a MCP server for Azure configured. So I will prompt here and tell me what resource groups are there, tell me my subscription ID, etc, etc. Whatever I prompt, if the tools of that particular task is there in the MCP server, then you will see that job done. Let's assume you have a MCP server configured for DevOps. If a tools are available for that, then it will execute the job on the DevOps server as well. So that's how the things will work. Okay. So that's it. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you are not getting it, please try to watch the video multiple times, because this is very important. You should know how to configure the MCP servers so that you can make use of this AI power to the fullest, right? Thank you for watching. Have a great day.